character design, concept design, environment design. Just like describe method to optimize model assets. They're probably, gonna want you to say that you want to use low polygon things and you want to use normal maps, to add extra details without killing the performance. This summarize how art choices affect mood. I mean, like, probably, blue and, like, more dark things will make things more gloomy. Yellow and orange and things will make things more exciting. Green and stuff will make us look more alien-like. Nice bright blues will make things look more futuristic and metallic. Honestly, I don't know what they mean by these things. I haven't taken the test yet, so but it will be tomorrow, Saturday, April 30th. Okay, so our Mr. Brute with a skirt has been imported. Now this is going to be very amusing to do. So let's just start him off here in the beginning. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete some of these terrains, because we don't need all of these. Now these terrains, I've actually created them from scratch in Blender. You will actually be able to see, if some of you came in late, you'll be able to see this stream is going to be put up on Twitch on my channel. After the stream is done, you'll be able to restart it and view how I actually created from the beginning. But if you just notice, without a normal map, the details, and without the occlusion map, the details are very low. But with the addition of a normal map and an occlusion map, we get these nice, sharp, high detail lines, and that's actually part of game object optimizations, which I covered a little bit earlier. If some of you have any more questions about that, how do you create normal maps and how do you optimize game objects, especially if you're into doing a little bit of 3D, or maybe you don't know how to do 3D and would like some pointers on how to get started with doing some 3D, again, I am happy to answer any of those questions. But yeah, back to our Brute with a skirt. So let's just drag this guy in here. Now let me show you what happens when you first drag Mixamo character in to Unity. You're gonna get him looking a little bit like this, right? All wrong looking. Why is this? The reason is when you double click some of these materials, you're gonna see when you open this that they're actually using a transparent material for all of those things. So a quick, easy way to just fix this guy is just to go into his materials right here and select all of these materials and just put opaque. Boom. What happened with these normal maps actually? Strange. Oh. Texture is not marked as a normal map. Fix. Texture is not marked as a normal map. Fix that too. And I think just the skirt is left. Texture is not marked as a normal map. Fix that as well. In what setting should I export the Fuse model from Mixamo? So if you're using Fuse, good question. What you want to do is right from inside Fuse, there is a file. I'll show you just in a second while that opens up. So we got our character right here. Yeah, so for that Fuse question, real simple. Once you have your character, just file, animate with Mixamo right here. So just file and then animate with Mixamo. That's it. Real simple. And you have to be logged into Creative Cloud for that. Okay. So now another thing that we want to do is we definitely don't want to use shadows. Now the reason why you don't want to use shadows on mobile is just they just don't look good, and they're I'm gonna run slow. There's better ways to do some quick shadows, which we could go into a little bit later, but it's not necessary right now. So we got our brute right here. The other thing that we want to make sure also is I want to add a collider to this terrain because I don't want my guy to just fall through. So I'll just go into my models, environments. So these two roads that I created, just when you're importing, there's a little ticker right here, generate colliders. Just click that, apply, and you will generate collider. Which setting should I choose when downloading from Mixamo? Just FBX for Unity, I would assume. Q download, and then just FBX for Unity, Q download. FBX for Unity. Yep. So now, how do we add an animation to this guy? Because he's a little bit stiff here. So let's just start with the idle. Now, what we have here is I only imported this. Now I'm also going to import his animations. Just going to put them right next to him here. Sorry about that. Now that the animations are imported, let me just make sure you can all see this. By the way, does anyone have any problems hearing me or seeing anything on screen? Feel free to let me know. I will make a correction. I think we can stretch it all the way to here. That's right. Okay, so very important when you're importing your rig, because we will be using Mecanum. You click on rig, instead of generic, humanoid is what you want. Humanoid. Make sure it's create from this model. You apply that. Good. And now all of our animations we want to not create from this model. Well, first of all, we want to select humanoid. We want to copy from other avatar, and which avatar? Our with a skirt avatar. Apply. Give that a second. Good. So now if I just look into our animations here, let's see if they work. They seem to be good. Very cool. We got a nice running animation and such. Great. Okay. So how do you make this guy animate, right? So if you see he already has an animator right here. If I just I think I put him on the wrong end here. Put him like here. Move the camera back. Rotate him back to the way he was. So if I press play right now, you'll see that he's basically just probably going to be standing still. Yeah, so he's standing still, not animated, because we have not created an animation controller for him. Now what is an animation controller? Alright, so now we're getting down dirty with it. So anywhere in your project view, what you want to do is you want to right click, create, and then go down and find animation controller. So right click, create, animation controller. Call it Brute, or whatever you want to call it. Click your character, drag this into this controller slot, which is empty right now. Good. And to just do the first simplest animation with Mecanum, it's actually a lot easier than you might think. So double click the animation controller. What it's going to do, it's going to open up this thing called the animator, which is kind of like a node view. Some of you might be used to using some programs that work like this. The way that it works is I'm going to go here to my models, characters, my animations. You open up the animation that you want. I'm going to zoom out so I can read them. And what I want idle. So I'm going to open idle, and I'm going to get this little icon here with the play. Make sure it's this one, not this one or this one. I think this works too. Yeah, it does. They made it stupid simple now. Okay, so you don't even need to do that anymore. So yeah, basically, super simple. Models, characters. You pick the animation that you want, and you just drag it in there. What you're going to notice is automatically what it's going to do from entry to idle, it's going to pull this arrow. And that basically just says once the animation, once the program starts, it's going to play back that animation. So yeah, now honestly it should work. So if we just go back to our scene view, our character has his animation controller, and if I press play, what's going to happen is it's going to play only once. So only once. Now, interestingly enough, our idle is, I guess, kind of turned to the side for some reason. We could fix that in a little bit, but let me first show you how to make it loop. So really simple. The animation is that you want. Probably all of our animations are going to loop, so I'm just going to select all of them. Actually, you can't do that. You have to do them one by one. Oh, thanks, Unity. So Bermuda skirt idle, click that, click loop time right here, and then apply. And let's do one for our run too. Let's loop that one as well, because we're gonna use it later. Okay, good. So, and let me just see if there's a quick way to offset. No. Maybe what I'm gonna do then is I'm just gonna steal an idle animation from somewhere else. I'm just gonna import characters. So the standard Unity assets do come with its own characters. If you don't want to go through that whole fuse process, or if you don't have fuse, you can just right click, import character package. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to steal the idle animation from another character. Now, what's really cool about Mecanum and the animation controllers is that it actually allows you to use animations from another model. Whereas back in the day, you had to actually animate every single skeleton. Nowadays, you can apply the animation from one skeleton to another. And it should just work. Sometimes it gives you some problems, but for the most part, it should just work. In worst case, if none of that works either, we can just go back to Mixamo. Just open up this. Add just go to my characters.